had to stop attending trainings. Nobody talks about it enough, but being consistent. The truth is, real estate has been extremely hard. This business will humble you guys. So the truth is, real estate right now is probably the hardest it's ever been as an agent that started doing real estate in 2018. I'll tell you, like, I came in and it was just kind of on an upswing, and then we hit COVID, and then things really took off. So I want to start today's video out actually with an apology, because your boy has been missing for the last probably, I don't think I've uploaded a video to this channel in about 5 or 6 months. And I want to apologize because I don't know how many of you guys are actually out there creating on YouTube, but it's sort of a one-way transaction, right? Because I'm creating videos, and yeah, you'll get a comment here and there, but you never really know if your videos are helping people. And as of lately, I've talked to a few people and they're like,
man, I've been following you on YouTube for a while, or, I tried this tactic that you showed us and I was able to get business.
And it's one of those things where I don't know those things, right? Because I'm just creating. So I want to apologize. Like, I have not uploaded a video in a few months, and I want to get back to being regular. But also, like I started off, the truth is, real estate has been extremely hard. I went from selling 20 plus million in real estate, speaking on stages, and just being really successful at this business, to last year barely cracking 10 million in business. So last year I had a really great March where I got almost 10 million in escrow. Not all of it closed. So I think I finished the year with just over 9 million in production. But man, this business will humble you guys. And social media and all this other stuff leads you to believe that everybody's doing well, when in actuality, man, people are struggling right now. And I'm no different, So when that happens, especially when your identity is kind of wrapped up in production, wrapped up in, all the success that you've had, and all that just goes away like that, man, it will mess you up. So if you're dealing with that, just know that you're not alone. So in this video, what I want to do is, again, I want to tell you kind of where I was, and I want to tell you kind of what I've been doing to get out that and get back to the success that I know that I'm capable of. And here's the good thing, guys. This is something I heard, like, again, identity. You can't get your identity wrapped up in the production and all those things, right? Because even if they're not happening, you've shown the propensity to do those things, so you can get back there, right? So this business has its ups and downs, but it's just like, if you haven't been in it that long, you haven't really experienced all the ups and downs. So the good news is, guys, now we've experienced the downs, so now we can begin to get up. So I have some notes here with me, guys, and what I want to talk about, I have 4 things that I seriously had to do in my business to kind of start this thing over and start to grow again, okay? So I want to go over in this video those 4 things, talk about kind of how things are going, and then wrap this thing up, okay? So the first thing I had to do, guys, and this started probably last September, is I had to take a step back and I had to stop attending trainings. Guys, you don't need another tactic. You don't need a new strategy, right? Like, you really need to take a step back and see what's worked for you and do more of that. Because all of the great agents that I know, they really mastered one thing. So I like how Hormozy talks about the lady in the red dress. You got to get her out of your mind, right? Like, stop going after new tactics. Also, there was something that came out a few months ago. I don't know who I heard it from, but it just made all the sense in the world, right? And it was a stat that it was like 40+% of deals came from past clients. Another 40+% came from referrals. So that's almost 90% of the business. As you go to these trainings, as you look on social media, everybody's trying to sell you the next great tactic, right? Well, at the end of the day, social media probably is less than 3 to 5% of the new business in this market. The issue is they can't sell you your database. They can't sell you what you've already done. So they try to get you to forget about that and they try to sell you on this new stuff. Again, guys, stop attending trainings right now, especially if you're an experienced agent. You know what to do. You know what works, okay? So we don't need to be taught anything new. We just kind of need to be reminded of what has worked, okay? All right, so that's number one. Number two, simplify. Before, guys, like I mentioned, all the great agents I know, they get on these stages, they are selling these courses, they mastered one thing, right? So they were really good at one thing. So you really need to figure out what your one thing is. Before I had like 4 or 5 things I was gonna do. That's a lot, especially when you're a solo agent, right? Pick 1 or 2 things, really focus on those and grow those. So I simplified, guys, to a 1-page business plan. A few simple things that I'm gonna do every week. And if I know if I do those things, I'm gonna get the results. And stick around because I'm gonna talk about what I've been doing and how it's going. Number 3, what I had to do, I had to cut costs. This is an expensive business or expensive industry to be in. You know, like, again, this is what, like I said, you know, last year was one of my roughest years. So beginning of the year, this was the first year I really focused on and looked at how much I was paying for my MLS fees and stuff like that. I mean, you're at $1,200 to $1,500 out the gate. So you're starting the year off in the negative, right? So you got to go get out there and sell some homes, right? So you're at, you know, $1,500 for that. Then, you know, you got your broker split. Then you got this email platform. You got this website platform. You got postcards. Like, there's so many things tugging at your wallet in this industry that you really have to cut as many costs as possible. So cut out a whole bunch of that stuff. And I found one system called Go High Level, and I literally consolidated everything. So I went from my tech stack costing me, I think it was like $700 a month, to going down to $97 a month. And I was able to build out all this super cool stuff for my business and run my business from one platform. So everything was in one place. So super cool. If you're interested in more information on that, go ahead and click the link below. So I cut costs by doing that. And then the fourth and final thing that I did was, and nobody really talked about it, as the secret weapon to growing your business in real estate, and it's consistency. Literally, nobody talks about it enough, but being consistent. So what I did first, and what I would recommend you doing, is I went back and looked in the MLS, all the deals that I'd done, try to figure out where those deals came from and try to figure out if I could build on that. Well, fortunately, a lot of my business were listings and people leaving. So a lot of those people moved out. So it just felt like I was starting over. Also, there was a stat I heard before of, if someone has not sent you a referral in a year, like in 12 months, they probably won't send you a referral, right? So at the end of the day, I was like, you know what? I got to start all over. And if I had to start all over, how would I build my business? Well, last September, I started a YouTube channel. And I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel forever. And actually, I started and stopped like 3 times. So this was like the 3rd or 4th rendition of it. So I started a YouTube channel for my real estate business. And I started uploading 1 video a week, okay? 1 video a week. So I started that in September. By February, I had passed 1,000 subs. The channel had monetized, and I had started to get business. We'll talk about that in a second, about how it's going. But what I would tell you is, I don't care what it is that you're doing. You just need to be consistent, because this will compound, okay? So those are the 4 things, guys. Those are the 4 things that I did in my business. And again, I'm gonna start to document. Before, I felt like I was creating content. I'm gonna be consistent with you guys, and you'll hear from me every week. And if I don't, I need you to get into the inbox and tell me about myself. But I'm gonna start creating content here every week, and I'm gonna be consistent. But that is the secret, guys. Whatever you're doing, just be consistent. Now let's talk about how it's going. So again, like I said, I cut out everything. I went to a 1-page business plan, and those are just weekly activities that I'm doing. So I'll give you a hint into some things I'm doing. So I'm creating 2 videos a week on YouTube. I started out with 1, I just went to 2. 2 videos a week. I have 2 follow-up sessions every week. I am sending out 5 cards to past clients, just staying in contact, and reaching out to 5 past clients every week. That's it. That's all I'm doing, okay? Let me tell you how it's going. So as of right now, I've closed 3 deals from YouTube, literally just from posting a video a week. I have 2 deals in escrow from YouTube, just from, again, posting a video a week. So right now we're on track to close 15 to 20 transactions just from YouTube. And again, it's just being consistent. So that's kind of where I'm at, guys. Again, I apologize for not posting. And if these videos help you, I really need you to comment and let me know what has helped. Also, what would you like to know about what's going on with my business? Again, I'm here in Southern California, so very different market than some of you guys are in, but you know, I've sold as low as $300,000 homes, no, 150. The lowest home I've ever sold was $155,000, all the way up to 1.75 million. So I've kind of been in all price ranges, luxury to normal. So I have a ton of experience in this business. So I'm going to be documenting what's going on, and all I want from you guys is just to subscribe to the channel. Help me grow this, because I'm gonna be documenting everything that I'm doing to grow this business and to get back to talking on these stages. So if you liked this video, I know, and YouTube knows, that you're gonna love that video right there. So we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.